Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be rating some dating apps. Okay, I'm just gonna have a swig of my drink before we get into this video. So if you know me, you know that I've been single for a while now, and this year I decided, you know what, a relationship isn't just gonna fall onto my lap from the heavens, even though I really wish it would. It's not gonna happen that way. Let's be realistic, okay? So I decided that I would put myself out there, and one of the ways that I decided to do that was to use the dating apps. Yeah, I know. Again, let me just be honest. In my head, like, the way that I meet my person is not gonna, like, it's just not gonna be on a dating app. I just don't feel like that's how my fairy tale is going to start, but at the same time, it's possible within the realm of possibilities, okay? And I don't want to sell myself short by holding on too tightly to this idea that, you know, my fairy tale is going to start by meeting someone in a coffee shop while I'm reading a book, or, you know, walking down the street with my grocery bags and he sees me and he's like, oh my gosh, this is my woman, and then he comes and he helps me and something like that. Okay, we're in 2020. Dating apps work. There are people who have had their fairy tale loves and, you know, had really fulfilling relationships with people that they met on dating apps. So I don't want to shoot it without trying it. Now that I've spent the past however long rambling, I'm going to get right into it. So I've used 3 dating apps. I've used Tinder, I've used Bumble, and I've used Hinge. I'm going to start with Tinder because Tinder is the one that everybody knows. Currently, this year, 2020, I have not been on Tinder, and it's because I have this idea that if you go on Tinder, people are just going to be looking for hookups, yada yada yada, blah blah blah, and I'm not about that life. And based on past experience from using Tinder, people are not serious. That's just my experience. There are lots of people out there who have gone on amazing dates, gotten into amazing relationships with people that they met on Tinder. It just didn't work for me, unfortunately. Okay. So that is why I haven't been on Tinder. That's why I'm probably not going to go on Tinder, even though people are all about like Tinder right now. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so for me, Tinder, I would give that a 6 out of 10, just because of my experience on it. Other people will probably rate it differently from me because other people have had different experiences on it, but me personally, myself, Ubi, no. I'm not going back there, and if I do, then it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Okay, so the second app we're going to talk about is Bumble. Bumble I have used this year. Bumble I used last year as well when I first moved here, because Bumble has the section for dating and Bumble has a section for friendships. So last year when I moved here, I started on with the dating one and I was just like, really, I'm not interested in this. So I went on to the one for friendships, and then I ended up going to a friendship event, which was really cool. I went with my friend and we met like a bunch of other beautiful and amazing women, and it was really nice. I enjoyed that, and I like that. And the thing about Bumble is that when you match with someone, you as the woman have 24 hours to start a conversation with that person, and then when you start a conversation with that person then has 24 hours to respond to your message, otherwise the match goes away. So that's the nice thing about Bumble. It's like if you match with someone and you don't really feel the person after you've matched, then you don't have to engage with them. You don't have to start a conversation with them if you don't want to, and it's done, period. You don't have to unmatch because Bumble will do it for you. So with Bumble, I would definitely give that app an 8 out of 10 because it's got the one for dating, it's got the one for friendship, so depending on what you're looking for, you can go on there and find that. And then the third app that I've used, which is my favorite one, which is why I'm talking about it last, is called Hinge. A lot of people have not heard about it. I only found out about it this year, and And this year when I got back onto the whole dating apps thing, that was the first one that I tried. A friend from work told me about it. She had been using it, she had gone on dates, and like, you know, they'd been good. She had a really good experience on it, and she was like, oh my gosh, you need to get this app. So I got the app, and I was like, I actually like the way that it's set up. You know how Bumble has this thing where the woman has to start the conversation in order for the conversation to go somewhere? Hinge is nice because it forces you to set up your profile. So you have to upload pictures of yourself. You have to answer, I think, 3 or 4 questions out of like a whole bunch of questions that it gives you, and then fill in your like generic details about yourself, what you're looking for. Do you have kids? Do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you do drugs? Yada yada yada. Your height, your profession, blah blah blah. So for me, when I go onto Hinge and I go into someone's profile, if they've uploaded the same picture multiple times, it's already a no. I don't care how good looking you are, it's already a no. You didn't have the decency to set up your profile properly. It means that you're not really serious about this thing. 2, if their questions, like if their responses to the questions are like ... or question mark or something, you know, irrelevant that has nothing to do with the question that they're responding to, again, no, I don't look at him, don't try to match with him, because again, you didn't take the time to actually just do this thing that you only ever actually have to do once. Like, you only have to upload the pictures once, you only have to fill in your profile once, and then it's done. And if you couldn't take the time to do that and do it properly, then yeah, that's a no. It's a no from me. I'm gonna rate Hinge a 9 out of 10 for me, based on my experience of Hinge. Okay, so I was using it before the pandemic hit, and I went on 2 dates, and it was within the space of like 2 weeks. And they were nice dates, they were chilled, but like they weren't the people that I saw myself having anything with anyway. So it was, yeah, whatever. But it was nice because it was actually the first time I'd been on dates since my ex, so it was a good way for me to like get some dating experience, what it's like to actually date people in 2020, and to just, you know, be more comfortable with like meeting up with someone for the first time and stuff like that. So it was really just a good dating experience thing for me, and like just putting myself out there. So yeah, that is my dating experience. Oh, so what Hinge and I think Bumble as well have done is that they've updated the app so that you can do video call dates, because obviously stay home, stay safe. So you don't want to be like going out there and risking catching the Rona, risking spreading the Rona to other people, all for a date with a person that you don't even know from a bar, so you've never met before. So they did that. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that, because for me, if I'm on the app and I match with someone, we're having a conversation, I would rather he asked for us to hang out sooner rather than later, because then we can take the conversation to in person. Because I don't do having conversations with people that I don't know, especially if it's a guy. Like, I'm not gonna just be talking to you for like the next 5 days and we don't meet up. I don't know, for me it just feels like if you're not wanting to meet up and get a feel of the person in person, then you're probably not going to be serious about it anyway, so what's the point, right? Yeah. So yeah, that is it. That's my rating for the 3 dating apps that I've used in my lifetime. Currently I'm not using the apps. I have them and I'll go on just so it doesn't like turn my profile into a ghost profile and people will still match with me, but I'm like, I'm not matching with anyone right now, because I'm not trying to like be chatting to someone for the next, I don't know, month or however long we have left before the lockdown properly relaxes on our side. So I don't want to be doing that. So right now I'm not focused on that stuff. Like, I don't care, if I'm being honest. Yeah, but they're good apps. So I wanted to share my experience with you guys and just give you guys a little bit of a lowdown on the dating apps, especially on Hinge, because it's an app that I know a lot of people have not heard about. But now you've heard about it, definitely give it a try and let me know what your dating experience has been like on the dating apps if you have used them. I would love to hear back from you guys. And yeah, that's it for this video. I'll catch you in my next one. If you enjoyed this, do not forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Bye!